What's up, otakus? Hope you guys are uh, doing well out there, taking care of yourselves, staying positive. Um, you know, things in the Middle East are escalating, and it's just not looking good um, for anybody, but especially the people that are being impacted by Israel's war on terror. Um, there are a lot of innocent, you know, civilians, people being targeted in this campaign. So, really just hoping the conflict, um, there's a ceasefire, the conflict comes to an end, and people work toward, nations work toward peace. But it's not looking like that's happening. And just hoping for the best in this scenario. But it's, yeah, it's very sad. And it's, you know, you try not to think about it. I try to not think about it. And, you know, anyway, it's a complex situation. It's a complex issue. And, you know, it, I just don't want to get into uh, commenting on it any more than I have to. Um, I just think what's best for everyone is to, again, work toward peace, and not escalate um, the conflict any more than it has gone. So let's hope for the best. All right. With that being said, we're going to just focus on some comic books today. Um, and, I find this little, you know, end of the week activity, jumping online and grading some books, grading my collection, sharing books with you. I just find that uh, really relaxing. It, I think, just helps me, helps my mental state. And yeah, um, it's slow going in terms of the grading the collection, but we're doing it. I'm taking my notes here. We're gonna do some, and we're kind of changing it up from what we've been doing. And I decided, because I have this box over here. It's full of 80s and 90s comics, like really my era of comics, but things that aren't necessarily core to what I'm collecting. But at the same time, I love these books. I mean, again, if I had um, just all the bandwidth in the world to just collect what I wanted, um, I would obviously collect everything. I just pick up every book ever published, every collectible, from in every age, golden age, back to the old magazine pulps and comics, funny, comic strips and funnies, all those things. But of course, I'm going to stick to you know, what I grew up enjoying, and uh, just my era of, like, collecting. Let's just focus on that because I think that's really where, as collectors, we form this love of the hobby in childhood, most of us, and that's kind of where it stays. I feel like There's modern books and stuff coming out now, but I really don't, I don't really get into all that stuff. But you give me a book like this, a book like this, and I'm just like, yes, give me more of that. And so we got a stack here of the Marvel 25th anniversary covers, and I've been trying to collect these in newsstand issues, but it's really about what you run across in terms of getting the price you want. So for me, uh, although we want everything in newsstand, some of these are direct. We just it's kind of like my philosophy in comic book collecting. You come across something that is your destiny book. If you're looking for it and you find it, you know, um, that's a destiny book, and it's not something you like actively go online to look for, but it's more of like you don't know what you're gonna get, but when it comes to you, that's has a lot more meaning in terms of the hobby. It's definitely a great feeling and experience when you're looking and you have that in mind. And you just boom, you find it. Just out in the wild, very random type pickup, but feels like it's destiny, right? So, um, and I'm just gonna really quick, gonna just get two more issues. Hang on. Pretty sure it's here. Hang on just a moment. I think it's here. Pretty sure it's in this pile. Found it yet? I haven't found it. There it is. There she is. All right, I'm coming back. Okay. So we're gonna, I guess, just kind of have it in alphabetical order, I guess, and then we're gonna just uh, talk about three books. Now, uh, how to explain this? When I first got back into collecting, um, this was something I focused on a little bit. I wasn't like obsessed with like getting it, but I told myself, we're gonna, um, if we run across it, we're gonna pick it up. And just remember having really good luck running into these issues and um, being more focused on them, like actually looking for them when I went to the LCS or a show or wherever, like actively looking for them. And then it got to a point where like there's like the Heathcliff, the Muppet Babies, the Ewok issues, and like a lot of titles that I just really, it was just to be like, okay, we're just gonna pick up the cover. It'd be just like just to have that collection. Um, we go out of our way to look for that 25th anniversary border. Um, so it kind of felt like I was just doing it to like kind of like that Pokemon phrase to catch them all kind of thing. What's up, Miss So? How you doing? Um, it didn't feel genuine. Like I didn't feel like I was enjoying trying to pick up all the 25th anniversary ones. It's a big lift, first of all. Um, but it got to a point where I'm just like, do I really want all 25th anniversary covers? Because there's some big ones in there, like pricey ones in there. and I was just kind of like, I don't know. I kind of was focused on it, and then I lost interest in trying to do it. So I got about this far into collect, just a stack of them, and then I kind of like now I still do want to pick all these up, but it'll happen when it happens. I'm not like actively trying to go out and get all the 25th anniversary ones, and it's like condition doesn't matter to me. So when we grade these, you're going to see that there's quite a lot of bit of a lot of issues um, with the books. These aren't like the best condition books, and I don't need them to be the best condition books. It's just um, pure nostalgia. These borders and these covers. Okay, so we're going to start with Alpha Flight, and I did not pay $8 for this book, so please ignore the sticker. Um, Let me see here. We're going to be writing grades down here, so let me just do that. There we go. So we got Alpha Flight. This is Alpha Flight 40. And this is the new Vindicator. Vindicator's wife just takes over his role after he dies. And she's a pretty cool character. And there's a newsstand copy. It's got um, a multitude of issues here. We've got a lot of wear along the top. The corner there is degraded. Could definitely use a press. Kind of some staining up there as well. It's just old. Could use just like a really good clean. The spine for the most part is pretty clean though. Got it. Yeah, surprisingly the spine isn't that like feeling along the edge. Let's take a look at the back. Gonna Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Getting close here, give you. As you can see, it needs a press. Use some cleaning. Yeah, there's just some edge where there's a crease right there. Like a corner crease there. You can see it right. Where is it? Right there, you see it. Very obvious there. So yeah, this has quite a bit of issues. I'd put it in the fine range. We're gonna go. We'll go 6.5. I'll go 6.5 on this. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. We'll say 6.5. This next one, beautiful Art Adams cover here. I love this. Yeah, I mean, the Adams does great, sort of these like portrait covers. That's just a great cover of Aurora. And this is like the third issue on Classic X-Men. I remember when this came out. And just remember wanting to get all of the 25th anniversary covers. I did get a couple of them. I don't think I got this one in particular. I got the I definitely got the GI Joe one. That's one I wanted to get. And I also got yeah, Spider-Man and the Uncanny X-Men. But yeah, I never got this classic X-Men one, but that's a cool one. I got it in the direct edition. This one is a better shape than that last one. And I'm just gonna also take it out and look at the back, because I imagine all of these have, especially the newsstand ones. The newsstand copies are just gonna have issues. Um, I love these X-Men. Yeah, this one's actually in great shape. You can see corners are sharp. Spine is in great shape. Front too looks really, really decent. Definitely needs a press. Got a Thunderbird cover here. Is this where they kill him off? Where he dies? Looks like. Oh no, this is I think one where I know he comes back and then gets killed off again or something like that. Yeah, it's convoluted. But there you go. This one I would put at an 8.5. It's just, needs a press. Probably could use a clean. Um, Nothing major. The corners aren't like super, super sharp. They're kind of dull. Again, the spine is good. The spine, it looks really, like just maybe like one like minor spine tick, like right there. That's a spine tick. That's about it. That one there is pretty glaring. Yeah, nothing crazy. I mean, this could be like a 902. I just don't like the color. And there are little bends there, so it would need a press to kind of press that top edge out. You can see there's just edge is not entirely clean. So yeah, I'd go 8.5 on that. Classic X-Men. 3, go 8.5. This one uh, has a lot of issues. First off, I got this for 25 cents. And how I know that is because I got the sticker off this thing. It was a 25-cent sticker that was on there, and you can kind of see the staining from the sticker. Where is it? Right there. And it's got lots of, as you can see the top edge there, it's quite rough. And I believe like the staple, yeah, there's like staple tears. One of the staples here is about to pop off. It's got bends in the book here. When you look, you can see a lot of the bends there. Yeah, got a kind of a ragged corner there. Uh, Back also, staple tear there. You can see it rips through the back. So yeah, this one's in kind of rough shape. I got another tear down here. Cover's ready to come off this one for sure. Probably shouldn't have opened it up. Let's see. We got, who's the art? I feel like the artist in this one is really, yeah, Art Adams is the art in this one. Fabulous interiors. Good stuff. Art Adams could do a comic book for sure. So, eh, this is I want to say it's with all the issues. I'm gonna put it in the three. It's the staple tears. It's the fact that the cover is about to fall off. I mean, it presents better like a mid-grade book, but I mean, those are some major issues. Plus, it's just got this with the staining there with the from the sticker, that ragged corner, and it gonna give this a like a 3.5. Um, yeah, I think 3.5 is fair. Just got too many like issues here and there, and yeah, it's definitely not. It's a low grade book, but it looks good. I mean, you can't really tell till you like open it up and do the due diligence. Just looking through the bag, you'd assume something closer to mid, maybe higher than mid grade, but it has issues. So it's a low grade book. All right, this next one, yeah, it's a got a Sal Buscema cover here, just classic. Uh, this is a classic cover here. Conan the Barbarian newsstand. This is actually a nice copy. Spine's clean, corner. It's kind of like folded in, so it's you would need to press that corner out. I just want to make sure there's no like creasing anywhere because that will definitely change the grade here. Yeah, no creasing or anything. You got just your standard edge issues. Kind of got like a corner here that's folded in. That's not necessarily a crease or anything. It's just folded in. Gonna try to fold it out. There we go. That looks a little better. What do I think about Grumpy Old Man's comics? I think they're priced fairly, but at the same time, you don't really get a deal there. You're paying for, you're paying for. Yeah, yeah. Grumpy Old Man's comics. He's got a great selection, um, and he's again like, a lot. Most of his stuff is in very decent grade, like high grade stuff. He just prices it at the book value. You don't get any kinds of deal. Like he has a deal. He has a sale. I think he has like a 30% off sale, like every every season. I want to say like maybe twice a year he has like a big sale, where most of the stuff in the store is like discounted. But when things aren't on sale, again, everything is like book value. So, but he does price it fairly, meaning if it's an Earmint book or if it's a VF book, he'll price it at what the near mint VF book is. I mean, he doesn't necessarily give you like a grade. He'll just be like high grade copy, and you have to kind of do your due diligence. Like, is this really worth the full $30 if there's like a couple issues or whatever? Because he just kind of like does a quick, you know, through the bag kind of grading and pops a sticker on there. So you're not getting deals. Let's just put it this way: you're not getting deals at Grumpy Old Man comic books, but you are getting, you are getting sort of, higher grade books and you're getting them priced at what their kind of like fair market value for raws are. So the book value of the comic books. The reason I don't go there is because he really was grumpy toward me. I went in there and he wasn't very helpful, and he kept kind of like he was annoyed with me being in his store when I was there to buy comic books. Like how like I get that you're branding yourself as this grumpy old man who owns a comic book store, but doesn't mean you have to kind of act like that. And whenever I have like experiences like that at a comic book shop, I don't go back. Like what is it? Um, Forget the store name. It's yeah, I mean it's a store up in Seattle. I did a video on it. I had a horrible time. The owner there is just a real expletive. I did don't want to call him, uh, but he's a real expletive. And yeah, basically, I was buying a bunch of books, but he made me feel like, no, you have to like order new books to get discounts. You have to, like you have to have a pull list with us and all this to be considered a customer. Like we don't give discounts to people like you who just walk in and want back issues and all that. I'm just like, okay, I'm not coming back here again. So unfortunate, but he's not that shop, um, compared to like other shops down the road. That shop was not doing very well, and for good reason. I know there's another owner there, like a co-owner or a partner. He's much nicer. He's very helpful, and you know when I first went in there, that guy was really great. And so I was like, yeah, I'm coming back here. But then I had the experience, and he's quote unquote the real owner, I guess. Um, it was just, yeah, he wasn't. He just was an expletive. So that's as far as I'll go. Um, so this book, I am going to give this. Going to give this a good grade. It's going to be a 9.0. Going to give Conan the Barbarian newsstand here a 9.0. It needs a press, a little bit to clean out that top edge there, but um, yeah, looks, and the back is decent. So that is going to be a 9.0. And the Cloak and Dagger we gave 3.5 on that one. And then Conan, we're giving a 9.0. Yeah, just be nice to your customers. It was like, I get the financial pressure and strains of doing a business. I'm sure it's not easy, but you know, no one's obligated to give you their money. So uh, keep that in mind and be nice to your customers. I don't see why owners have to be such so like short-sighted. That's just short-sightedness. All right, we've got this Fantastic Four. I've always just loved this. This is sort of like a giant size issue. I want to say it's like 80 page something. It's a double sized issue. It's a double sized issue. And this is Barry Windsor Smith with a little bit of Ron Friends, a little bit of Al Milgrom, John Buscema, Mark Silvestri, and Jerry Ordway mixed into this one. So you just get a hodgepodge of Legendary comic book art. Yeah, this is definitely Mark Silvestri right there. Don't know if you can see. Anyway, it's got a corner crease here at the top, right there. See it? That's about it. The back looks decent. Oh, there's another little corner crease on the bottom here. Doesn't really break color, so that could press out. Yeah, I can see that pressing out. Um, a lot of little issues, just a lot of little bends. Um, Spine's decent. It's got just a couple of spine ticks here on the spine. Let me just give you a good close up here of the spine. There's a little bit of a spine roll there. It's not really even, but staples are solid. You got this great wraparound, well, front and back cover here, artwork. Uh, yeah, really nice book here. Again, got some incredible. Didn't know Mark Silvestri did this Fantastic Four. Look at that, Mark Silvestri artwork on FF. This is pretty cool. And again, just this great cover of the Thing in incognito. He's back. Right? Yeah, he's back with the Fantastic Four by this time. 296. He was right around, yeah, when She-Hulk ends her little. She's obviously still part of the logos and stuff there. She's definitely in the border here, but yeah, the Thing's back. He makes his transition back to the team, and that's what we get there. Nice little incognito. The Thing. All right, so this one with the corner issues and all that, we're gonna give this like a 6. Those are pretty major corner dings. We're gonna give this a. We'll give it a 5. Yeah, Fantastic Four. It's got two sort of back and, well, that back doesn't break color, so it's really only that first one. The first one doesn't. It's not that doesn't break color either. I mean, it breaks color just barely. Like if you look at it here, you can barely tell, but if you look at there, you do see it. So yeah, I'm not gonna go so harsh on it. I'll go. We'll keep it at a 5. Fantastic Four. 296. We'll go 5-0. All right. Now I've got 2 copies of this book here. I've got one signed by Larry Hama, which is higher grade than this one. This is my direct copy. I just love this cover. It's a Mike Zeck cover. For those of you who are into GI Joe, this was like the kind of the redesign. Snake Eyes. They gave him this like badass visor. He came with he came with that Uzi. Came with this like cool, chest strap with all the grenades and stuff on it. He looked like a ninja. He came with the ninja swords and all that. And it just was like, and he comes with Timber, this like rabid badass wolf, and it was just the best like action figure. Seriously, um, just like a black and gray action figure. I had one. I love that action figure. So obviously, this cover just brings back all the fuzzy, warm memories of that time. So this one here is, let's see, needs a press. Um, oh man, does this bring back memories? I had this book. Yeah, the it's solid. It is solid. It's the staples are good. It's got some spine ticks here. One, two, three, four, five, six, maybe six spine ticks on the back. Um, Not as noticeable, but definitely spine ticks are there, and they just run across the entire length of the book. Probably see better at that angle. Again, just needs a press. I think press would really help this one out, but as is, I'm going to go 7.5 on this one. Just got a lot of little bends and stuff. Um, a little edge wear there, bends. Um, Again, probably corners are decent, and the spine's not terrible on the front. Yeah, it would really look great with a press. I think the press, if you press all those little defects out, this could get to like an 8.590. But as is, we're gonna give it a 7.5 asterisk because it needs a press. So love that book. GI Joe 53. Now, when I got back into collecting, I realized they had redone the anniversary cover um, with sort of the modern, the current Marvel characters. So you get a lot of, I mean, most of them are here. They're just in their new, whatever this, you know, this era or this period, whatever their costumes were, they're kind of representing here on the cover. Got this cool Miles Morales. Um, I want to say this is like the what is it, the 50th anniversary homage, something like that, maybe 40th anniversary. Um, but they made the characters just a little bigger, more more of them in there for sure. Well, no, I think the older one had more. Well, it's a toss up. It's about the same number. Um, yeah, pretty good selection of, again, the modern Marvel stuff. What's really cool is like Venom, the symbiote is on here twice. He's here as the black suit, and then he's here as the actual Venom, Eddie Brock. He wanted 4K each, but they were minty. Haha. This is near 10 Todd for Todd McFarlane. What for, like, ASM? He didn't have any minty Todd 10s. Okay. I'm not sure what a Todd 10 is reference to. I do my comic shopping online mainly nowadays. Uh, I commend you for um, shopping online. I do it myself, but I think, I don't know. I think if you're living in Washington State like I am, it is a chore to find what you want when you want it. Definitely doesn't come easy here. So I get the you're just paying a little bit more, but you're getting what you want. But yeah, I mean, LCS. I still think going to the LCS and buying comics is the best way to go, especially for back issues. And we've got a pretty good. I don't want to say it's great, but it's not bad either. I would say the best place to buy comics though is in like California or somewhere on the East Coast, you know, like in New York, Philadelphia, like just along the Eastern Seaboard, uh, DC, those places. Those are great places to buy comic books. I know New York City is a great place to buy books because um, I bought a lot of books in the city. Like my friend and I, he was going to NYU, so I'd visit him every fall, spring break, winter. We'd spend winters and summers in the city, and I just remember he was more into comic books at that period than I was. We were both into them, but he was more into. He was like picking up everything, and he had amassed a huge collection, whereas I was just buying things sporadically. But the reason he was able to pick up everything is because he was like, in the city, and they had good deals on books. And I just remember, like, yeah, he was sometimes he wasn't even paying like cover price. He was paying below cover price for these books. And back then it was like a right around the dollar when the books were like a dollar to $2. It was during that transition going from dollar to $1.95. And I just remember, yeah, he picked up a. It was like during the heyday of like the all the X-Men stuff that was going on. Um, stuff leading up to the Age of Apocalypse, all the great covers and like the gimmicks that was going on. So it was a fun time to be collecting for sure. And I just remember, yeah, New York City is a great place to pick up books. You could just, and we didn't do, we were mostly focused on picking up current issues. But I just remember like that all those shops had great back issues as well. Um, Really good selection of like old stuff, and I just wish I had prioritized because like if I had made that what I picked up, like focused my spending there, maybe spending a little bit more, but picking up more of like the Silver Age, Bronze Age stuff. Man, would that be yeah, I just would be sitting on like a gold mine now if I focused more on that stuff when it was more affordable. I'm not gonna grade this. This is a near mint. This copy here. I'll just give it a 9. Well, no, it's not near mint. We'll go 9.0 on this one. Miles Morales. I didn't take that one out of the bag, but it's a 9.0. That's about it. I'm gonna save this one here. This GI Joe 30. We'll grade this next time. It's got issues for sure. But we're gonna focus just on the 25th anniversary stuff. All right. This Web of Spider-Man. Again, this is the old school Spider-Man like logo. Um, Not the best cover to be honest. Like Web of Spider-Man kind of dropped the ball on this one. Not a great cover at all. And let me just take it out of the bag and just give it a run through here. See what we're working with. Um, yeah, back looks really clean. That's good. Front, absolutely flawless as well. We've got some deep spine ticks on the spine there. Nothing major. Could press out. Gonna give this one a 9.0. Looking good. Looking real good. Wondering if that's an issue there. No, just a deep spine tick right there. So I'm going to show you the spine. Pretty clean. It's just got, you can see where the spine ticks are. There's one right here, a couple right here. See in the light better. You can kind of see them. Very minor. I mean, they don't break color really. Again, they press out, I think, rather nicely. Um, so I'm surprised this book's actually decent shape. I'll put this one at a 9.0. Potential to be higher. With the press. All right. Moving right along. We've got 2 copies of X Factor, the direct and a newsstand. This is, again, Walt Simonson goodness. And we've got some spine issues. Nothing great, crazy. Hey, what's up? What's up, Parville family? William? Glad to hear you're keeping busy, man. Uh, Always picking up the good stuff, too. The good sports cards. Let's see here. We've got, as you can see, got some issues here. A little bit of a spine roll there, but spine's actually not so bad. Again, that stuff right there, that's pressable. Yeah, it's pressable. The issue there, though, here is at the top edge. You can see there's a little corner crunch there. So yeah, this up, got a little corner crease as well. Top crease there. So I'm sure there's issues on the back as well. I'm gonna kind of go what I went with on the Alpha Flight. Yeah, we got a lot of issues on the back. I'm just gonna show it in the light. You can see what we're working with. This would definitely benefit from a press. These are all pressable little defects, but if you look at it in the light, you can see. I don't know if you can see. Maybe I'm trying to maneuver it so you can see. Um, yeah, like if you see, look at it in the light, you'll see all these. There you go. There's a good angle. See all these little bends and stuff in the book. Um, Same on the front cover here. You'll see a lot of bends in the light. See right there. There's a good angle. All kinds of bends going on there. So, oh man, wait. Hold the presses. Stop the presses here. Somebody, jeez, oh man. You know how you put when you're a kid, you'll put paper, like maybe trans copy paper, transparent paper, on the comic book, and you'll trace, right? You'll trace the image. That is the situation we have going on here. You can see. somebody, some, uh, maybe this was, would be an artist today. Maybe this was like Peach Momoko's copy or somebody, something. She was just practicing her comic book artwork here. You could just see, they did with a pen, and there's just, you can see better probably here on this inside. You see the indentation on the book. Oh, you can definitely see like the tracing of Scott's head right there. You see it? You see how it comes through the book like that, like an imprint. So somebody, yeah, did their comic book practice here, um, and just, yeah, I did. I used to do that too, not on comic books, but like with other things, like you take an image, you put copy paper on there, and you just trace it. But they were doing this with like a very sharp, like pencil or pen. You can just see the trace lines there. It's like really evident here. It's like right there, you can see the trace lines. So that's not good. It runs all the way through the book. Uh, I would imagine you could press it out. You could probably press this out, but it's so ingrained in it. I don't know how that would look. Um, yeah, I got some incredible Walt Simonson artwork in here on this X-Men run. Oh, and we've got a Mark Jewelers. Look at that. Doesn't hurt to open these up once in a while, I guess. Look at that. We got Mark Jewelers copy that some kid traced over. So some military kid, I'm assuming, right? Their dad probably picked this from the PX, and kid was just bored, I guess. Nothing wrong with the tracing. This gives it a little bit of personality now. Definitely, it's going to impact the grading though, and we got some loose staples too. Yeah, staples aren't that. On the back cover, we got some like a space. Yeah, it's ready to pop off. It's got some staple tears there. Well, they're loose. I don't want to say they're staple tears. They're just loose. A little bit of a spine split there on the bottom. Say it's about like a centimeter or so, a couple centimeters. Yeah, I'd say it's about a centimeter split right there along the bottom. Um, Again, it wouldn't be bad, but the tracing just bugs me. It just bugs me. So this is definitely something we will have to press out. Again, it's not a pen. It's just a pen that's done the indentation on this. And they got every little. So there's like on Scott's suit, there's this sort of like you see it right there. It's not a straight line. It's sort of this like jagged, ragged edge. And the guy indented all along, just exactly like you would do that along that line. So, and I don't even know if that would press out. It's so deep. I mean, it goes all the way through the. You can see it. It's like it really is an indentation. Fortunately, though, it doesn't break color. Again, it's just a deep indentation. So maybe it will press out. I think it would take multiple presses, and a lot of like moisture exposure with it with it, several presses, and who knows, it may come out. This is definitely a project. It's definitely a project for us to pursue. I just can't believe I didn't notice that when I got this book. But then again, I was just probably looking through the bag. Never really. This is why it helps to actually grade your books, because you. I would have put this as just like a, like a, what did I say before, like a 6.5 with all the that quarter split and the tracing and all that. There's definitely like a 4. It's like a 4.0. I want to say now. Yeah. I mean, we've got a second copy of the direct edition. Let's take a look at that. The edition is probably going to be decent, like an 8.5 copy. This is yeah, this is clean. No tracing on this one. We got pretty clean spine. Yeah, that spine's decent. Sharp corners. Nice gloss. It needs a press. It's just got a little bends here and there. Nothing crazy like the previous. The front is actually really clean. Um, just a little bit of a curl there. The spine is really clean. Not seeing any spine ticks or anything like that. So yeah, this is it's a really nice copy actually. I put it at 9.0 with a press uh, likely higher. So real contrast between the newsstand, which is a Mark Jewelers. This is not Mark Jewelers, is it? No, this is not a Mark Jewelers. Yeah. Real contrast between the newsstand Mark Jewelers and this issue, but is what it is. Now, I am not one of those collectors that you know, it's nice. I'm sure if you give me a choice between a newsstand regular versus and a newsstand Mark Jewelers, I'd probably take the Mark Jewelers. Nothing. The hobby recognizes as it having more value uh, because it's a rare book. But I don't necessarily put a premium on it like a lot of collectors do. Um, I think that's just it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. It's a cool little thing to have in a book. Definitely, um, it's there's a culture around the Mark Jewelers, the military. Because if you're in a foreign country, let's say your dad, I'm talking from a kid's perspective. Your dad is stationed somewhere, and you're living on the military base. You're a military family. Um, you're in a foreign country, right? And the base, it's kind of structured. I know this firsthand because I didn't live in a foreign country on a U.S. base. I lived on a U.S. base here in the U.S. Because my dad was stationed. We were stationed out in Fort Dix. Um, but my point is, these little military communities, they have everything there. Like if you're in a foreign country, they have everything there. Housing, you're just this kind of enclosed in an enclosed community in a foreign country. So you can be I mean, the schools are American, everything, everybody on base is American. And when you go to the store, they have comic books, and this is sort of your link, right, to American entertainment and culture. So um, I think those books are pretty cool. Again, I just don't wouldn't I don't think they're worth like whatever they're going for. Maybe they're worth a couple dollars more. That's it. Again, I don't have any interest in collecting Mark Jeweler stuff. I think it is what it is. If you have one, that's cool. Um, but I wouldn't go out trying to like again pay 30 hundreds of dollars more for a Mark Jewelers. I just don't think it's all that special. That's just me. Um, that's just me. All right, so we got this West Coast Avengers. This one is also very clean and needs a little press. It's got the little bends in here and there, but for the most part, it's very, very nice. We've got a big non-color breaking crease right at the goes all the way through the book. It looks like it goes. You can see it right there from top. Kind of fades out right around here. It's not color breaking, so it could press out for sure. Just want to make sure. Yeah, just a bend. It can press out for sure. The spine has. There's a little bit of a curl there on the spine, and then you've got just really a couple of just really minor. Almost, there's almost nothing along the spine that would give me pause or concern. Got a spine tick right there, right around the, I guess, the staple area, and a couple more spine ticks down here. I think those are on the white parts here on the Captain America, which you can see, but not, they don't, if they were on the color part, it would definitely break color, but it's on this white part, so it's not really an issue, I want to say. This is a solid 8.5. Let me give this an 8.5. Again, that crease, it does go all the way through the book, but it doesn't break color. That's the fortunate thing. Yeah, I mean, that goes right through the book, all the way through the book there. You can see it in the light. See it? But it doesn't break color. You can't see it. So, as is right now, with the length of that crease, I mean, you can't you have to take into consideration the grade that it's currently in, not its potential state, but its current state, right? So in its current state, I've got to say this has to be. I'll go 5.0 on this one in its current state, but with a press, again, assuming we press out that crease through the book, um, I think this would be a very nice copy. It would be 8.5, at least an 8.5. Yeah, the corners are sharp. Everything with the, even with the crease down that way, it's such a clean book. I'm gonna go 6.0 on its current condition. I think I get it up to an 8.5, or maybe even a 9. So I'll go 6.5 on the West Coast Avengers. I gotta kind of look back. What do we give the X Factor here? We give X Factor a. We went really. I want to give the X Factor a 3. Yeah, I'm gonna give the X Factor a 3 because it had the spine split. What else did it have? Had a pretty loose cover, right? Some tears, loose cover. So we're gonna say it's the tracing that really bugs me. So yeah, we're gonna have to give it like a 2.5. Sorry, X Factor is just it looks great. Just when you get into it, that tracing indentation, the little like 1 centimeter spine split on the back, and the loose staples, some tearing along the staples as well. And I think it had like a crease or two on the front, right? So given all those like issues, but it is a Mark Jewelers. I want to make note of that. Mark Jewelers copy. Okay. Just want to make sure we don't have any other Mark Jewelers. It's really hard. I mean, I know people say you can see the jeweler ads from the top. I do not see it on this one. You couldn't really. Just want to make sure this West Coast Adventures doesn't. I'm kind of like wanting to see now, like how many of these are actually have the jeweler inserts. Right, this one doesn't. Um, got some incredible artwork here by Milgram. This is a nice Hawkeye cover too. All right, that is that. So we've gone through again. As you can see, I'm still very. I still got a ways to go. I've got like Iron Mans to add to this. I've got um, the the Avengers. I've got the what else do I have to pick up? I just got a bunch of titles like Captain America, right? I got no, I'm missing a bunch. I think there's another. There's the Mighty Thor, and then there's is there another Thor that was running around this time? Anyway, um, we're gonna get to grading. I'm not gonna take this out. I'm gonna grade it through the cover. These are higher grade. Um, this is ASM. This is one of the books I picked up. I love this cover here. This is what is this? Is this Ron Friends? I want to say this is Ron Friends. Um, I just love this this black suit Spidey cover. It's just you know he's like doing his friendly neighborhood Spider-Man thing, but in the black suit, it just looks kind of looks off. um, yeah, and this is like a nine. I want to say it's a 9.4. It's a 9.4 copy. I'll just we'll take it down a notch because it could have issues on the back. And there is a little bit of a spine roll, but the spine looks really clean. We'll go 9.2 on ASM. ASM 2A2. We'll go 9.2 on that one. We got a nice newsstand of the Uncanny X-Men. This is one I had in the collection as well. This one's 8.5. Nothing major. We've got some staining here. Some dirt can be obviously improved. Spine there is got issues. Well, some tearing there along the staples. I shouldn't say tearing, but like stress lines running across the book. So, and then just kind of some corners, rounding of the corners there. That is that sharp. So, yeah, this one's probably like a 8.0, 7.5. I'll go 8-0. Not a lot of creasing, just like some spine ticks and some you know, just slight rounding of the corners or so. We'll go what 8-0 we said. Uncanny 8-0. All right, getting close to the end here. 211, 8-0. And really, the last book in this 25th anniversary um, is one that we recently picked up. And I graded this, I think. I'll just grade it again. I think I gave this a 9.4. It's a Norman book. Maybe a 9.2. Go 9.2 on this one. It's a really clean book, but we picked up this beautiful Thor cover by Walt Simonson. No tracing on this one, thank goodness. And I don't think this is a Mark Jewelers either. Don't want to open it up to find out. I'm just going to assume it's not a Mark Jewelers. But that was really kind of cool to run into Mark Jewelers. Like, um, I'm sure I have more of them. I'm sure there's more in my collection that's just hiding out. But that's that. Yeah, a little. It's a little trip down memory lane with these books. Um, this is definitely, you know, I just remember these covers being really cool. They all came out at the same time. It was just that, right? Everybody was collecting in this during this time. These 25th anniversary covers came out. It was just such a a cool thing, right? You kind of wanted to get them all and pick them all up, but you had to pick and choose. Um, but yeah, a lot was going on during on every title, just a lot was going on during this particular period with um, these characters that we love. So definitely just like I want to say it's like a critical, felt like a critical time that reading these comic books as a collector, just like a critical time for all these titles. You know, there's a lot of thought and quality going into these books on a month-to-month basis, and yeah, just kind of great to run through my little collection here of the Marvel 25th anniversary covers. So that is that. Hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I have. I'm going to try to keep everything in alphabetical order still. Alpha Flight, we got G.I. Joe after Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, X Factor, West Coast Avengers, Uncanny X-Men, Spider-Man we'll keep here, and that is that. Yeah, just put this back in here. Some updates. I've got a trade coming from Craven Hunts Comics. Most of you probably know Craven Hunts Comics. He's got a great profile on Instagram. He sells books off of there. He's really there with the pricing and the grading. So I would encourage you to get books from him. It's definitely always hooks me up with good deals. I got some books from him this past summer. This is, I think, our second or third trade. We've been trading here and there, and this is, I think, our third trade. So shout out to him. So I traded away one book. I sent a couple extra books to him, just but I traded one book, and that was Strange Academy #1, the first appearance of all those um, kind of like I guess they're the new X-Men. Doctor Strange is Professor X, and he's running this like academy of like magic people who do magic and stuff like that, sorcery. And yeah, it's a big book. It's $100 book. Um, so I was again. He had the books I wanted, and they weren't like near $100. So we just like worked out a deal where I think he is actually sending more in terms of value than I gave up. But he was very fair. He was like, these books, some of these books have issues and all that. And I'm just like, give them to me, man. I don't care. It's like they don't have to be near mint, but they're all like really nice um, key books that definitely I want to add to my collection. Every single book I'm getting is like, yeah, I want that book. So, um, again, 1 for 8 trade. I gave up Strange Academy #1 to him, and I'm getting 8 books back. Uh, 8 books from him, and we'll go over what those books are. Thanks, William. Uh, and those books are going to be you can the nice thing about trades is like everybody has their opinion on who made out better, and it's a really like it's just one of those things. It's like if it's what you want, you're willing to give up more value. And so what I want is not necessarily everybody's cup of tea or what people want, but again, I see the value in that Doctor Strange book. It's the second time I've owned that book, and I've traded both of them away. Uh, and I think that book, in the long run, especially when Marvel introduces all those characters and they become part of, you know, sort of the Marvel lore for the new generation, that Strange Academy book is going to hold way, 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 way more value than all the stuff. Well, I wouldn't say way more. Some of the stuff I got has the potential to be very valuable, I should say. But yeah, I think that book in the long run is probably a bit going to be a bigger book versus the stuff I got is mostly 90s books. I got a couple like Bronze Age in there, but they're mostly 90s books, and they're mostly like just all of them are heavily printed, I would say. And there's nothing in there that would be like, I don't think it would ever reach $100 status except maybe one book. There's one book in there that it's close to $100 book now. It's just the the condition I'm getting it in is I would assume mid grade. He had it kind of priced half of what it's worth, so I'm assuming it's like somewhere along the mid grade spectrum. So anyway, very eager to get those books, and I think it's arriving tomorrow. It's arrived in Seattle. It's at the post office, but it's probably going to move to Bellevue here and then make its way. At least I'm hoping. I hope it doesn't. You never know with the post office these days. It should be getting here tomorrow because I know they deliver tomorrow, the mail. But if it doesn't, if it somehow like they just are very lax and slow with it, it'll arrive on Monday. So I'm hoping for the former rather than the latter to happen, but we'll see. All right, and that is that. You know, Everybody, hopefully, I'll be back on here to reveal the trade if we get the books tomorrow. If not, we'll do it probably on Monday. So either way, when I get those books, I will share them with you, and we'll do more grading hopefully next week. So everybody, stay positive. It's a lot of sort of sad and depressing news uh, going on. It really just kind of takes the wind out of everything you're doing. You know, like these larger um, conflicts where people are suffering, people are dying. When these things are happening, it's hard to enjoy things um, without thinking of how privileged we are um, to be here in this country safe. Um, so I hope people just stay positive, keep things in perspective, and are not just kind to one another. Let's be kind to one another. It's not hard to do. Um, you know, all it takes is for you to just take a deep breath and just be like, yeah, just let things slide and um, try to be there for people. Try to show them that you know they matter to you, even if they're being difficult. Just that they matter to you. Um, but it's really hard. I think there's just a lot of people right now just going through a lot of stuff. So sometimes you just have to avoid you know saying the wrong thing or coming across the wrong way to some people because they will take it rather rather harshly. So just stay safe out there, stay positive. Um, let's help one another out, and I'll see you in the next one. Uh, yeah, take care of yourselves.